What's up, world? It's your boy, Slick Gregory, aka Foul Shot, reporting again live from the Bamboozled Again News Network. I try to tell, look, I may have, I'm an average, everyday brother, you know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't high and mighty, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Delusional, because I can't afford to be delusional. I got to keep constantly checking myself to make sure I ain't trending in no direction other than, a couple issues I got. Because, like, I've been on the path to relapse previously and didn't realize it because I wasn't practicing self-awareness. But I noticed that as I practice a certain amount of self-awareness, everything else becomes clear to me, even if I don't necessarily have a prior experience with it. Like, I've been in this version or this season of sobriety, rather, I've been able to do stuff I've never done that nobody taught me how to do. I was sidebar note. I was watching a video of the guy OG Percy. He was on the Real Life Street Stars. Brother from Dallas, Fort Worth area. Talks about gang stuff like that. So he talks, primarily about his time in jail or prison rather. And he said he did something. He got sent to the hole. So the guy asked him. He said, "Yo, how did you maintain your sanity in the hole? Because there's nothing there." He said the only thing he had was a Bible, but he couldn't read, nor could he write. And he had seen other folk lose their minds, because of the extreme isolation, lack of stimuli, so on and so forth. So he said, now mind you, and SRBG talks about this, and I find this to be valid with my life as well. I've survived stuff that people have died for a fraction for. Not because I'm so great, I'm so mighty, I'm so tough, I'm so bad, I'm so mean. It was God's grace because I came from a praying family. Like, I used to go to them church services that, like who was that? Was it Central Entertainer? So you go to, like, back in the day, you go to black church, you go Sunday morning and get out like Monday afternoon, you done mess around, lost your job when the spirit moving, like them type churches. People been pray, like, my mama pray for me. Like, yeah, I think that got a large piece to do with it. And he was talking about, SRBG was talking about how, like, he grew up in LA, I believe, and, gang area, and moved to a rival gang area because his mom's moved over there. And nothing ever happened to him. But he had these various instances where, oh man, I think it's over with. This the one right here. And through some type of divine intervention, it didn't go down. Or the people who not supposed to like him liked him. Or they didn't like him, put a move together, but somebody they respected stopped it, or however the Most High did it, right? But I say that to say this, right? Oh, and then OG Percy was saying how he could never read. He's in solitary confinement for a hot minute. And said he prayed to God for him not to lose his mind. And according to him, he said God went, and I'm paraphrasing, he went, and he said he had never read and he was able to read. So much so it wowed him. And as the correctional officer walking past, he was like, "Don't this word say Abraham?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why you keep asking me that?" He said, "Because I can read." They don't know he can't read. He's like, "I can't believe it." He had never read previously. And I'm hoping he do this with cigarettes, right? Because right now I'm beat, man. But anyway, but I said that to say this, like how divinely I've been given the ability, seemingly, of the prophetic. Now, mind you, when I was younger, like I went to church, stuff like that. But my, like, interest in the word was more into prophecy. I always liked sci-fi, like movies about like the supernatural or other worlds. I always found that stuff interesting. Like magical type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Without trending too far into the occult as I knew at the time, or, you know what I'm saying? Just different type of stuff that stimulates your mind, right? And I swear, if it's not prophetic, it's the gift of foreshadowing. Like being able to see stuff, not tell my conscious mind to remember it, and then see something that I then draw back from and be like, because I put these two pieces together, here's what's about to happen. I meant to do, I don't know if I did it any justice, but in society, like everyone's practicing this, I guess, master manipulation. I don't know all the $50 words to describe it. double talk, projection, gaslighting, you know what I'm saying? And then and if you go back to my 2 videos I made about the New Breed and Ringo beef, and then I did other videos just highlighting certain stuff I seen. I just didn't put their name in it, 'cause I ain't trying to, clout chase or have my whole channel about critiquing other men and stuff like that. But I do feel the need to cover it again so that we can learn, and as we continue to move forward, as darkness befalls this world, right? But I told y'all, based on when I sized it up, when I seen New Breed video, when I seen Ringo video, I said, yo, main man Ben had this play together. And now what he's doing is he's projecting and gaslighting on a grand scale so much, it damn near is bordering sorcery at this point, or some type of dark magic. I seen her, granted, I just hopped on YouTube, and I told y'all, he's going to continue to make videos about New Breed. He's got at least, when did this happen? Maybe last week? What's today, Friday? We're probably not a weekend, I'm assuming, maybe. Let's say a week and a half, just to stretch it out. We're in a week and a half since the initial, when they came forward with it or whatever, about, let's stretch this one out, a 3-day moving trip. But he's already made damn near a week to a week and a half material off a 3-day moving trip. I say he's just going to keep talking about this man, because it does get the views and so on and so forth. I said Bree's going to have to take the high road, and, so on and so, and which from what I've seen, that's what he's done. But this guy Ringo, that's why I know he keeps saying he rolled solo. But behaviorally speaking, it's not that you roll solo because everybody else so bad. You roll solo because you're doing the flip-floppity thing. Because from what I'm seeing, in this situation, that when you break it down to the molecule, is about $700 between 2 soul-say brothers in the truth who are very well versed in the scriptures. You mean to tell me it blows out of proportion to this level? Unless he's been hacked or possessed by something, or I don't know what's going on. But he can't, and I said this, he's going to continue to make videos about New Breed. New Breed's going to have to take the high road, which I've seen he's done. But no matter what New Breed talks about, he's going to spin it and make it seem like he's talking about him, and continue to make content and material in reference that, I think he said something about, and then I seen a couple live, but I couldn't stomach it. He was basically saying, like, I seen one video talking about New Breed is demons, and he's transferring it to his viewers, insinuating that if you don't believe what Ringo is saying, that somehow you yourself are possessed, even though you ain't got nothing to do with the situation. When it's really the other way around, because Ringo is showing all these traits of possession. You see what I'm saying? You're a sheep if you blindly follow him, talking about New Breed. You're a sheep. But yet it seems to be that he's talking away to his audience that you should believe me, because if you don't, you're just like them. Now he's beginning in his ego, or whatever's going on psychologically. He almost got this kind of YouTube emperor kind of spirit thing going on. Whereas though now he thinks his audience is stupid, and he's kind of using these subtleties of wordplay to insinuate that if you just have your own opinion outside of his, then you're dumb or you're stupid. You see what I'm saying? Typically, anybody bearing the truth would allow anybody to just do their due diligence and come to your own conclusion. I said what I had to say. I know what I'm saying is right. Again, I use the analogy of the scorned woman. Like, you get in a relationship with somebody else, and then they just break off, and then they're just hell-bent on destroying your image, destroying your livelihood, your way of, income. This is what Ringo seems. But then, by the same token, he'll make these insinuations about New Breed's not a man, or that's less masculine because he brought his woman on, da-da-da. But yet you yourself just made 15 videos about another man who you say wronged you. You seem like the scorned one. You see what I'm saying? It just gets so that you move off the original offense, and now he's got you down this labyrinth of nothingness, all in the vein of just making content. Because like I said, he's kind of, now he played this out masterfully, I must say. However, there was an end point to it, and he didn't think forward past that point. Because now you're basically locked in. You're getting all these views about New Breed. But eventually, that steam is going to run out. You see what I'm saying? Then who you make videos about. Then because of the way you're behaving, acting, and conducting yourself, the verbiage you're using, the insinuations you're making, you then can't come off that stance where you are now and then go back to making spiritual, scriptural type of content where we're not seeing any of that in effect now. None of how you're dealing with this situation, even if, let's play devil's advocate, even if you're the wronged party, you're not embodying or behaving in a manner that's scriptural, even though you yourself say that you're well versed in the scriptures. But you're not applying anything scripturally to this particular situation. The way he's acting, even though I'm of the belief he worked the man, you're then putting the flip on the hurt man to then assume his hurt. And then seeming like you're attempting to garner sympathy because you lost out on $700 that you gave the man. If you didn't want, if you're saying you never discussed money with the man, and then even in his video he set traps. Who sets traps for a brother? Now I see why you don't fool with nobody, or rather nobody fools with you, because if you would do this to a fellow brother of the scriptures, of the truth, God, imagine what you'll do to somebody in the street. Or imagine what you've done previously. Epic Mindsets brought this point up. You got the man to move to test his brotherhood by doing this super spectacular endeavor of moving you from New York when he lived in Atlanta, and then say ain't about no, and then not discuss money with the man. If y'all were straight to that point, brotherhood on the flip side of that was, hey, cuz, are you straight? Do you need anything? I gotta give you something. That's what a brother would do. But you use the brotherhood card against him. It goes back to what I said about people perceiving your goodness or your genuineness and use it for their own selfish motives. But then when he asked you about finance that you purposely was misleading with, instead of you just saying, yo, bro, money, what are you talking about money? We never discussed money. But since we're here, let's discuss it now. You say you get, now, if you owe him no money, or at least you genuinely felt that way, you just said, what money? You wouldn't have just gave him some money under a test. Who tests anybody with their sweet potatoes? Then you say chirp out. So now because he took the money that you gave to him, not under duress, then you leave voice messages talking about he's all about money. When in reality, based on your behavior and making these videos that are getting 40 and 50,000 views, you, sir, are about money. Hence, you have to be about money because you came up with some cockamamie story about you didn't trust the moving companies. But moving companies are insured. So if any loss happens, you know what I'm saying? You can get, compensated or whatever the case may be. And then let's dig deeper. You say you wrote solo. I'm pretty sure wherever you've worked at or people, woo. You mean tell me you don't know nobody in the greater New York area to help you in this endeavor? Or that you felt comfortable with? Well, one, they probably would have charged you. And rightfully so. At least something. So I think it's like you're mad about losing out on $700 because as far as the move part, you wasn't supposed to spend zero other than paying the man to get there to help you. This is man, I'm trying to find words in the English language to accurately describe what I'm witnessing in real time. And the crazy part is that's why I say you do need people, because I'm pretty sure, when it's situation like Newbury had brothers reach out, lend support, words of wisdom, whatever the case may be, right? See how you feeling, whatever. Ringo don't have that, because if Ringo had that, somebody hit him on the jack and be like, cuz, you going about this the wrong way. Cause you look thirsty. Cause, you know what I'm saying? And it's so, like, he's so hell-bent on power. You know how you see them superhero movies where the villain want the power so bad, he's willing to destroy everything? And that's what's going to end up happening. He's going to hang himself on the same gallows that he's attempting to build for Breed. And then at this point, even if you are correct in everything you're saying, the overkill that you're going through with this is turning people off. So now we don't even want, because, let's say it's the truth, right? But the way you're going about it, to prove to people that he this, that, and the third, like people ain't got their own minds and can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, now, like I'll click on it just to see what he's saying, but I can't last long because it's so cringe-worthy from a brother who was making scriptural content. And then not only that, okay, I see me and this man have an issue that's between me and him. You know what I'm saying? But the way he's going about it, he's almost attempting to undermine what they got going on with UP Farms and his other business relationships that had nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Now you're trying to destroy other stuff. Now you're trying to destroy the man's livelihood, which I don't believe is going to work nowhere near it. If anything, it might drive more traffic to Breed. You see what I'm saying? The only people who will probably, after this, the dust settles with this, the only subscribers that will probably stick around with Ringo will probably be those who are like-minded, who would do the exact same thing. Just like I said about the Jigga Man spirit. A lot of, like, we all know he's a horrible human being at this point because of information. But if you still defend this man and jockey ride this man, it's because deep down, you want to do what he does. You want to X your friends out. Okay, I seen a joint. I did check this video out. He was talking about his experience with black people or something to that effect. And again, like I said, if you let people talk long enough, eventually they will tell on themselves. Or from the substance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What's in you will come out you if you let someone talk uninterrupted. The onus is on you to be able to extrapolate the pertinent information. So he was talking about how, he don't fool with black folk. He remember when he was younger and he was nice with the piano and he would play outside up top or whatever, and nobody in the neighborhood supported him or just act like he wasn't there. Then he said something about, like, a white family was going to the store across the street, heard him playing, and kind of vibed out with him. And then the white man was like, keep up the good work. And he said that stuck with him. The white man's words. But here's what stuck with him too. Not being acknowledged and looked over. This is now because of my recovery journey, and not just being sober, but then going back and healing or at least addressing, making, coming to grips, accepting like certain things from childhood or whatever the case may be. Whatever he's got constructed in his mind, this is re-triggering. I guess he wants to be seen. He wants to be acknowledged. That's why he's going so hard. He felt, when you're a child, you feel overlooked and, nobody supported you. That's why you'll know when he make these videos and people in the comments will say what's going on or ask questions. He'll call them stupid. You're just not going to blindly support me? Then you must be my enemy. Like, I seen one joint, it was so off-putting. The dude sent a super chat or a cash app. No, super chat, I think YouTube takes something. The dude sent something. He said, nah, send it to Cash App. You know what I'm saying? And then in another instance, the dude, was saying, I guess he was pro-breed, I guess. So he said, but you here though, but you watching. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the super chat. Send more money. Case closed, book him, Dano. The man who says the other party is all about money is telling people with a polar opposite opinion of the situation who send money to send more money. You see what I'm saying? This projection, this dark psychology of I'm actually projecting onto you how I really feel or how I'm actually behaving. Like you said, you brought your woman to war. How in the hell is this war? Who categorized this as war? You see what I'm saying? So if in your mind this is war, and you play chess not checkers, one, you're going for the juggler. Two, you trying to destroy the man. You see what I'm saying? You saying the man is less because he brought a woman on the jump. You see what I'm saying? No, that's what he said. He said, I can move. Now, mind you, he also thinks, and typically people with narcissism and stuff like that think they mentally superior to people. So he said he insinuated, and he know Breed watches videos because he made reference of he was going to interview his wife with no intention on doing so, knowing Breed was going to do it so that he could make him look dumb or whatever the case may be. Again, over $700. Again. Now, here's another one. Now, you made reference about the man, wife, and da-da-da. When I heard Breed's story, he describes a partner story where they weren't really around because they had to tend to the kids. Man, I seen main man hop on the live talking about, you brought my kids into this, B? You talk, man, you foul for that, fam. How you gonna bring my kids? That's why he low down. But it's okay when you make reference about the man, wife. And I saw that actual broadcast. He was just describing the story, and I'm not pro-Breed either. I'm just the observationist. He was just describing a part of the story in which y'all went around because you had to tend to the kids, and that was it as far as the kids. You blew that all out of proportion on purpose. Like I said, no matter what, like a scorned woman, no matter what you say, you don't even have to be talking directly to him. In their mind, anything you say is about them. And if he don't believe it, he gonna make it that. What else he gonna make it about at this point? He's done. He's boxed himself in. He's got to continue this on till it just wears out. Because now he's went so far with this, any kind of humility and repentance is going to seem disingenuous. And then you just can't, buck a U-turn and start making scriptural content again. Like, where was all that last week, cuz? When you was, defaming the man and making these, you know what I'm saying? And it's a double-edged sword because we have to, be diligent in who we fool with, while at the same time still being open-minded to come together. You know what I'm saying? Because see, what I think in the satanic realm, this is what's happening, right? It wants to create this distrust amongst believers. Because typically, who else is a believer should fool with other than another believer? You see what I'm saying? Of whatever various level or wherever they're in that journey. You see what I'm saying? I know some people got some terrible issues, but I'm comfortable with them because I know where they at with it. I know who they are. Yeah, he might drink, and maybe because he drink, I can't take him certain places. But, you know what I'm saying? I know he not going, you know what I'm saying? He just got that issue. These holier than thou, these, self-appointed authoritative spiritual figures have what my man SRBG called the Saul spirit. Where if you can have way more than them. I mean, they can have way more than you. But if they see your light, they're threatened by it, and they will be hell-bent on destroying and eradicating you. Isn't that what I was going to say Saul? Isn't that what Ringo Saul is doing? This is ill. It's amazing to see in a period of a week, a total transformation. This is up there with, I'm trying to think of somebody. This is up there with, let's say, but see, I can't even really use none of these mainstream Christian pastors because they all kind of out that mob too. But this is almost like saying, I don't know, let me go back old school. Like, shucks. No, I'll give you one. This is like seeing TD Jakes in a Meg Thee Stallion video and he in the club and they twerking on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pastor, what is you doing? Like, and to the point where he's even alienating or disparaging his own audience. It's almost like it's the reverse psychology thing. Because I can't use you, I hate you. But I don't want anybody around me I can't use. Hence, that's why you don't see nobody around me, because they truly know the true intentions of my heart. And it didn't take long. I remember, like, back in the day, like you know how back, let's say 90s, 2000, your relationship might go left, but it might take 6 months to a year for you to see the real them. Now people's masks are slipping in 7 days and less. I've seen, on Facebook, people get together, like I said, take 17 pictures by the water, and in 3 days they hate each other. And another 3 days they with somebody else. I'm like, God darn, Kyle. That's a quick turnaround. I'm thoroughly convinced something done possessed this man. And he's and not only that, but the length of his methodical nature in this. In his mind, he's stalking prey. He's bringing receipts. He's doing this. He's doing that. Based off of, let's say, a 72-hour moving trip, how do you, within 2 days, he made 48 hours worth of content off a 72-hour trip? And then here's another thing they'll do. They'll bombard you with all this frivolous information that will be thrown out in the court of law. What that got to do with the case? Now I understand you trying to set a precedent of painting a picture of someone's character to see if they're trustworthy or not. But now you're just arguing anything the man say. He talking about me. See, here's where he did it. What that got to do with what? You know what I'm saying? The original offense at hand. Let's stick to the topic. You taking us to way to left field. And then he'll drag you so far in left field, you don't even know where you at now if you keep listening to him. And that's like when I told my man DC Mo this, when we was living in Baltimore. I said, no, you ain't got to, everybody say something. You don't necessarily have to respond, yeah. Like, on Baltimore streets, everybody calling out whatever drug they selling. You can say, nah, cuz I'm good and keep it moving, or just keep it moving. But once you stop and start talking, they got you. Now they just gonna do the Gregory Hines on the verbal tip and start, like a jail type of psychology. Just trying to find an end, and you ain't got enough sense to leave. That's no different. And I've seen, that's not my game, but I've seen brothers do this where they say, hey, what's up, shawty, or whatever. I'm trying to get with you or something. And they be like, nah, I'm good. Then he just call her out her name. You know what I'm saying? If that sister sit there and argue with him about why he called her out her name, then she's trying to convince him that she's not what she actually is. Because if anybody disrespect, you either gonna go one in their mouth. I'm like, man, he crazy. Man, I got other stuff to do. I'm gone. But if you're trying to convince somebody you don't know that you're not something, then you probably are that. And then they just spin the conversation whichever way they want to take it. And then next thing you know, you bent over somewhere. It's the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. People might put their own little seasoning on it, but it's still chicken. You can only eat chicken but so many ways. You can have your fried chicken, your baked chicken, your rotisserie, chicken parmesan. But eventually you run through the menu so much you got to start all over again. Like, man, that's the same stuff again. I want some fish, yo. And that's what's going to happen to Ringo. But on that note, man, I'm ready to shut down for the night. I think I'm going to watch. I never watched that I know I'm late, that last, what was it, War for the Planet of the Apes or something like that. I'm going to check that John out. And I might do a movie review, because I know they put a lot of predictive programming in that stuff. I wanted to check out that Deadpool, because I like the superhero joints. That Deadpool Wolverine. But from what people, I got to come up with my own conclusion, but people tell me it's kind of like, they don't like the Gambit character, and it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So I'll check it out eventually. But I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Ooh,